Hello everyone, we are going to discuss about the previous year question of Corporate Accounting 2 from University of Madras in April 2012. Part C, the subject code is BYA4A. This question chapter is Amalgamation, Absorption and External Reconstruction. The question number is 23. Let me read the question. X Limited and Y Limited agreed to amalgamate on the basis of the following balance sheet as on 31st 3 2011. In liabilities, under the liabilities, share capital rupees 25 each, 1,50,000 to X Limited, 1 lakh to Y Limited. Profit and loss account 15,000 to X Limited, 5,000 to Y Limited. Creditors 7 lakh to X Limited, 7 lakh to Y Limited. Depreciation fund no value to X Limited, 5 lakh to Y Limited. The total liabilities are 1,72,000 to X Limited, 1,17,000 to Y Limited. So in the asset side, under the assets, goodwill 60,000 to X Limited, no value to Y Limited. Fixed assets 63,000 to X Limited, 77,600 to Y Limited. Stock 30,000 to X Limited, 24,000 to Y Limited. Debtors 16,000 to X Limited, 10,400 to Y Limited. Bank 3,000 to X Limited, 5,000 to Y Limited. The total assets are 1,72,000 to X Limited, 1,17,000 to Y Limited. The assets and liabilities are to be taken over by a new company formed Z Limited. At book values, Z Limited's capital is rupees 4 lakh, divided into 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each and 20,000 9% preference shares of rupees 10 each. Z Limited issued the equity shares equally to the vendors' companies, and preference shares were issued for any balance of purchase price. So pause journal entries in the books of Z Limited and prepare its balance sheet. So based on the information, we are going to prepare the journal entries of purchasing company as well for preparing a balance sheet of purchasing company. First, we should know these notes information. X Limited and Y Limited are selling company or transferor company or vendor company. Z Limited is a purchasing company or transferring company. And the third, amalgamation in the nature of merger. Net assets method equal to total assets minus external liabilities. External liabilities equal current liabilities plus debentures plus any funds, etc. First, we are going to prepare the purchase consideration under net assets method. So this method is amalgamation in the nature of purchase. So in particular column, assets taken over by Z Limited. Goodwill 60,000 to X Limited, no value to Y Limited. Fixed assets 63,000 to X Limited, 77,600 to Y Limited. Stock 30,000 to X Limited, 24,000 to Y Limited. Debtors 16,000 to X Limited, 10,400 to Y Limited. Bank 3,000 to X Limited, 5,000 to Y Limited. So the total assets are 1,72,000 to X Limited, 1,17,000 to Y Limited. Then less external liabilities. Under the external liabilities, we have to mention creditors 7,000 to X Limited, 7,000 to Y Limited. And depreciation fund no value to X Limited and 5,000 to Y Limited. The total external liabilities are 7,000 to X Limited, which we have to mention in the outer column, and 12,000 to Y Limited, which we have to mention in the outer column. Then we have to less the external liabilities amount with the above amount of total assets. So 1,72,000 minus 7,000, we get 1,65,000 to X Limited. Then 1,17,000 minus 12,000, we get 1,05,000 to Y Limited. So these are the difference amounts or balance amounts are called purchase consideration. So 1,65,000 to X Limited as a purchase consideration, of X Limited, and 1,05,000 to Y Limited is a purchase consideration of Y Limited. Then less equity shares issued equally. So as per the adjustment, 50% of equity shares to X Limited and 50% of equity shares to Y Limited. So value of equity shares multiply with 50 by 100. Value of equity shares equal to number of shares plus price per shares in adjustment. So as per the adjustment, 20,000 is the number of equity shares and the price per equity share is 10. The amount of equity share is 2 lakh. Then multiply with 50 divided by 100, we get 1 lakh to X Limited. Then 1 lakh to Y Limited. Then we have to deduct this amount with the above amount. So 1,65,000 minus 1 lakh, we get 65,000, and 1,05,000 to minus 1 lakh, we get 5,000. The balance value is called a balance portion of preference shares issued. It means the left portions are called a preference shares portion. Then we are going to prepare the journal entries for Z Limited. Z Limited is a transferring company or purchasing company. The first journal entry is business purchases account data. The business purchase is also known as purchase consideration. In bracket X Limited plus Y Limited. The X Limited purchase consideration value is 1,65,000 and Y Limited purchase consideration value is 1,05,000. So the total purchase consideration is 2,70,000, which we have to mention in the debit side, and two liquidators of X Limited account 1,65,000, which we have already calculated, and two liquidators of Y Limited 1,05,000, which we have to mention in the credit side, that is also we have already calculated. Being purchase price payable to vendor or selling companies. And the second journal entry is a fixed assets account data. 63,000 to X Limited, 77,600 to Y Limited. The total fixed assets are 1,40,600, which we have to mention in the debit side. And stock account data 30,000 to X Limited plus 24,000 to Y Limited. So the total stock value is 54,000, which we have to mention in the debit side. And the debtors account data 16,000 to X Limited and 10,400 to Y Limited. The total debtors are 26,400, which we have to mention in the debit side. And bank account data 3,000 to X Limited plus 5,000 to Y Limited. The total bank's account is 8,000. And goodwill account data for X Limited, the amount is rupees 60,000, no value to Y Limited. Then two creditors account 7,000 to X Limited plus 7,000 to Y Limited. The total creditors are 14,000, which we have to mention in the credit side. Two depreciation fund account Y Limited 5,000, no value to X Limited. That amount will be mentioned in the credit side. Two business purchases account data. Business purchases is also known as purchase consideration. So 1,65,000 to X Limited and 1,05,000 to Y Limited. The total business purchases are 2,70,000, which we have to mention in the credit side. In bracket being assets and liabilities were taken over by Z Limited from X Limited and Y Limited. And journal entry 3, liquidators of X Limited account data. It means purchase consideration value of X Limited. The amount is rupees 1,65,000, which we have to mention in the debit side. And two equity share capital. Equity share portion to X Limited. The amount is rupees 1 lakh. So it means as per the adjustment, the number of equity shares is 20 and the price per share is 10. So the total value of equity share is 2 lakh. The 50% portion is 1 lakh. So to 9% preference share capital account creditor, the amount is rupees 65,000. So the difference value is 65,000 in the credit side. So the balance portion of preference share capital is 1,65,000 minus 1 lakh, we get 65,000 as preference share capital of X Limited, which we have to mention in the credit side. In narration, being purchase consideration paid to X Limited by Z Limited in the form of equity shares and in the form of preference shares. And Journal entry 4. Liquidators of Y Limited account debt are, the amount is rupees 1,05,000. It means purchase consideration portion to Y Limited. To equity share capital account creditor, the amount is rupees 1 lakh. So as per the adjustment, the value of equity share is 2 lakh. So 50% portion to Y Limited is 1 lakh, which we have to mention in the credit side. And the difference value is in the credit side is 5,000, that is called preference share capital of Y Limited. So the balance portion considered as the Y Limited. It means 1,05,000 minus 1 lakh, we get 5,000 as preference share capital of Y Limited. In narration being purchase consideration paid to Y Limited by Z Limited. Then we are going to prepare the notes to accounts for preparing the balance sheet of Z Limited or purchasing company. The note number 1 is share capital. Under the share capital, authorized share capital. Under the authorized share capital, we have to mention the equity share capital. As per the question, number of shares is 20 and the price per share is 10. We get 2 lakh. And 9% preference share capital. The number of preference share capital is 20,000. Multiply with the price per preference share is 10. The amount of preference share is 2 lakh. So these are the informations are from the adjustment, not from the balance sheet. And issued and paid up capital. The equity share capital portion is 2 lakh. It means 20,000 multiply with 10. And 9% preference share capital. The amount of number of preference share capital is 7,000 and the price is 10. So the amount of preference share capital is 70,000. How can we calculate the preference share capital amount? So this note for calculating the amount of preference share capital and the number of preference share capital. So we have already found the purchase consideration for X Limited 1,65,000 and Y Limited 1,05,000. The total purchase consideration is 2,70,000. Then minus equity shares portion for X Limited 1 lakh and for Y Limited 1 lakh. So the total equity shares is 2 lakh. So after deducting the equity shares portion, we get the balance value 65,000 to X Limited and 5,000 to Y Limited. So these are the balance value is called preference shares portion. So the total preference shares portion is 70,000. It means 65,000 plus 5,000 or 2,70,000 minus 2 lakh. We get 70,000 is the total value of preference share capital portion. Then how can we calculate the number of preference share capital? Equal to preference share portion divided by price per preference share. So 70,000 divided by 10, we get 7,000 is the number of preference shares. Then note number 2 is a trade payable. Under the trade payable, the creditors to X Limited is 7,000 plus creditor to Y Limited is 7,000. The total trade payable are 14,000. And note number 3 is a tangible assets. Under the tangible assets, we have to mention the fixed assets to X Limited is 63,000 plus fixed assets to Y Limited is 77,600, which we have to mention in the inner column. Minus depreciation fund of Y Limited is 5,000, which we have to deduct the with fixed assets of Y Limited. So 77,600 minus 5,000, we get 72,600 is the balance portion of fixed assets of Y Limited, which we have to mention in the outer column. So the total tangible assets are 1,35,600. It means 63,000 plus 72,600. And the note number 4 is intangible assets. Under the intangible assets, we have to mention goodwill of X Limited is 60,000. There is no value for Y Limited, so that is why the 60,000 is the total of intangible assets. And the note number 5 is the trade receivable. So the debtors of X Limited is 16,000 plus debtors of Y Limited is 10,400. So the total trade receivable are 26,400. And the note number 6 is stock. The stock of X Limited is 30,000 and the stock of Y Limited is 24,000. The total stock is 54,000. And the note number 7 is cash and cash equivalent item. So the bank balance of X Limited is 3,000 plus bank balance of Y Limited is 5,000. The total bank balance is 8,000. Then we are going to prepare the balance sheet of Z Limited as on 31st 3 2011. Z Limited is a purchasing company. first we have to mention the equity and liabilities. Under the equity and liabilities, we have to mention shareholders funds. Under the shareholders funds, we have to mention the share capital, that is note number 1. Heading note number 1, total is 2,70,000, which we have to mention in the rupees column, and the reserve and surplus is nil. And the current liabilities, under the current liabilities, we have to mention trade payable, that is note number 2. Heading, and note number 2 total is 14,000, which we have to mention in the rupees column. So the total equity and liabilities are 2,84,000. It means 2,70,000 plus 14,000. And the Roman letter 2 is assets. Under the assets, we have to mention the current assets. Under the current assets, not current assets, non-current assets. So under the non-current assets, we have to mention the tangible assets, that is note number 3. Heading, and note number 3 total is 1,35,600. And intangible assets, that is note number 4. Heading, and note number 4 total is 60,000, which we have to mention in the rupees column. Then we have to mention the current assets. Under the current assets, we have to mention the trade receivable, that is note number 5. Heading, and note number 5 total is 26,400. Then we have to mention the stock, that is note number 6. Heading, and note number 6 total is 54,000, which we have to mention in the rupees column. And cash equivalent item, that is note number 7th. Heading, and note number 7 total is 8,000. So the total assets are 2,84,000. It means 1,35,600 plus 60,000 plus 26,400 plus 54,000 plus 800. That's all.